All right, thank you, Troy. Calls and webinars are recorded for stakeholder convenience, allowing those who are unable to attend to listen to the recordings after the meetings. The recordings will be publicly available on the ISO webpage for a limited time following the meetings. The recordings and any related transcriptions should not be reprinted without ISO permission. So we have this small agenda today. We'll talk about map stage availability. We'll talk about the known issues for ADS and when the fixes are going to come in. Then we'll review ADS replacement cutover activities, and we'll talk about the DOTTC product and IDS product and their dependencies with ADS. We'll talk about ADS SSL Cipher Settings with ADS Cutover and the next steps. You can always check map stage availability on portalmap.kaiso.com. Currently, we have an outage starting tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. for network testing. This is on map stage and stage. Both might see the loss of connectivity. There is an extended outage. Go ahead, Vipul.
Yeah, again, the same question. DRRS will be available, or it will be impacted by this network outage?
Yeah, I appreciate the question. So there is a slight clarification. So this is only the stage environment. So DRS and map stage will not be impacted by the network testing tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you, Frank.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you for the update, Ryan. We have another extended outage 1 week for map stage that was scheduled for CMRI, but it is to be decided right now. We have moved. The code is not ready. When it's ready for deployment, we'll let you know, and then we'll take the extended outage. Any questions here? All right, moving on. Here are the 5 ADS known issues that we have seen from the CD tickets that are coming in. We have a fix for the third one that is about to come on 24th of September. The ADS query tool that space on the bottom when lots of data available to show. I think this fix will help a lot of customers regain their whole real estate for ADS. Any questions here? All right, moving on. Just to take a look at the ADS replacement cutover activities. Please take note of the additional IPs that needs to be whitelisted. There are some changed IPs in stage. Please take note of those and whitelist them. This is like a cutover plan for ADS and the dependencies on DOTTS and IDS functionality. As you can see, on 1st of October, we're going to put the new code for ADS in production, and it will be available for you to review, to start using actually. And then we'll also start the DOTTC activation only on the new ADS on 1st of October. And then on 1st of January, we will activate the IDS functionality on top of it. On 1st of February, that's a hard cutover for the current ADS Delphi client. All right, moving on. ADS SSL Cipher Settings with ADS Cutover. The new SSL Cipher Settings will be enforced for ADS and with ADS Cutovers in map stage, and production. No change in TLS versions. TLS will remain at 1.2. We encourage customers to transition to the new SSL Cipher Settings as early as possible to avoid impacts when the new settings become enforced for ADS. In map stage and stage, old ADS will no longer be available on 4th of November, and participants will need to have the new SSL Cipher Settings to continue using the new ADS UI and any ADS API, including V7. In production, when new ADS is available on 1st of October, will not enforce the new SSL Cipher Settings. On 1st of February, the old ADS will no longer be available, and participants will need to have the new SSL Cipher settings to continue using the new ADS UI and any ADS API, including V7. I have my SMEs here on the call, so if you have any questions, you can please feel free to ask.
Anjuman, if you go to the next slide, there's additional detail on the currently supported ciphers versus the 4 that will be allowed after we changed the security enforcement.
Perfect.
And then,
as you can go ahead, Ryan.
Yep, I did have an update on this. So one of the issues that had been coming up on that we had a city case for related to SSL and TLS questions in non-prod were related to this enforcement. So the map stage and stage environment, at the time that the new ADS became available, we did have this setting, this default setting to enforce the new ciphers there on the right. We realized that customers may have needed to make changes on their side to be able to comply with that. So in order to allow, to reduce impact to the current new ADS testing and then to allow time to transition to the new ciphers, we have since in map stage and stage reverted back to allow all of the ciphers there on the left column that are currently supported in production. But again, what we're going to do is enforce the new settings on the right with the ADS cutovers. So that, again, we're reiterating the date of November 4th for map stage and stage, and then February 1st for when we expect for customers or ADS users to be using the new ciphers. Okay, and we will add this information into the tug. We did talk about it in this week's tug, but we didn't have this detail in the presentation. So we're introducing the slides here, and then we'll carry that on to the next tug as well.
Thank you for the update, Ryan. Any questions from market participant side? All right, moving on. This is our last market simulation call for fall 2020 release. The schedule for the independent market simulation kickoff call and will be announced on the 9/22 RUG, and we'll also add it to the ISO public calendar for you to review. Any questions on this?
Hi, Ashwin. This is Chun Yu. Yes, I do have a question. Since the KISO still, some of the deployment hasn't happened yet, do you guys mind to extend the market sim call, even it's for half hour or 20 minutes, that at least you can share whether the deployment has been successful or whether there's a problem? So since this is the last stretch of before October 1, it will be really beneficial for the market participants to listen and also maybe some lessons learned as well in terms of for the deployment.
Right. So fall 2020 release market simulation call is going to end, but we're going to start a new series of independent release. I'm sorry. And we're hoping to announce that date in the RUG tomorrow. And if you still feel the need of market simulation call, please reach out and we'll figure something out.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So as long as you have one in September that able to share the deployment plan, because we still, I guess we will still have to work out a transition plan and also we see kinds of deployment plan and planning out our internal systems deployment, and we may have questions. So yeah, it will be great that having a show meeting that we can have a place that's to ask questions. Thank you.
So, Ashman, this is Adrian. I think Chunyu's point is well taken. Probably we should extend at least for the next week until we kind of sort out, the final details on this, and as they said, to support them in the final steps of this. So I don't think it should be a difficult, process for us. I recommend that we extend this market simulation calls next week too.
Definitely.
Thanks, Adrian.
Yeah.
Hey, Anshuman, this is Vipul here. So if this is the last market sim call, like we discussed earlier in the past, because Southern California Edison is working on a project for its replatforming its billing system. So we are currently testing all the APIs and all. So we want to know like the outages ahead of time of the map stage, so that like we can plan our testing better.
Okay, Vipul, as Adrian mentioned that we will extend the market sim call. I will update the calendar so you still have one more week. We'll keep on giving you the updates.
Yeah, but like if it is for next one more week, our testing ends like December 4th. So until then, if there is any pre-planned outages which we can get notified on, it would be a great help for us.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Any more questions?
Is this the last slide, Anshuman?
Yes.
Okay, I want to discuss one of the CD which we raised on Monday. That is for the map stage. Submit DR registrations version 1 is the API. So before the outage in July, when we were testing that API, there's a resource ID which is an optional field for the API, and we were able to submit the registration request to KAISO. Now, after the outage, last week we were testing, and the registration job was failing due to the error that the resource ID is a mandatory field now. And the tech specs and everything still reflects that this is an optional field, because we are not using version 2 for that. We are using version 1. And so we need help there, because and in production as well, like we are able to submit the registration request without the resource ID. And we seek help from KAISO to get it resolved. And we are stuck on that part. Can you please, Trang, if you can help us out there in resolving that? I can give you the CD ticket number too.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
please go ahead.
CD ticket number is, one second, sorry. 228798.
Okay, thanks. I've noted the CD ticket. Trying do you have any response, or anybody from KAISO wants to pitch in for the CD ticket?
I do not at this time, but I can take a look at that offline.
Thank you, Craig.
Thank you.
One last thing, I received a notification day before that the production DRS will be down for S.CB initiative. So is the S.CB project initiative is deployed in production?
Yes, it is. We started the deployment on Monday, the 14th, and then we completed on Tuesday, the 15th.
All right. Thanks for the confirmation.
You're welcome.
Hi, Ashman. This is Chen-Yu. One more request. Noticed that some of the ADS city tickets still have a TBD date as the resolution date. So do you mind in the next continue to update us as when we shall be expecting those issues to be resolved?
Sure, definitely.
Thank you.
Any more questions or concerns? All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And we'll have another call next week, and I will schedule that on the calendar. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Ashwin. Thanks, Greg.
Thank you.
Thanks.